Hello everybody and welcome back to the Placement Partner Recruitment Academy. My name is Shirley Anderson from Shirley Anderson Sales Consulting and Training, partnering with Placement Partner to bring quality sales skills and support South African recruiters, you, to keep going as you get ready to change the lives of so many that need it in a time that is unpredictable and really requires us to maximize the opportunities that we are faced with. We have been so encouraged at Placement Partner to see the amount of placements on the rise every single month, which can only means that business is doing better. So thumbs up to you. If you have not watched our previous videos, it would be beneficial to go back and recap. All the sessions up until now have followed on from one another. These videos are between 10 and 15 minutes long, so you could set that time up over the next few days just to do that. For now, you should be able to follow along as long as you have downloaded the tools. If you are ready to proceed to the next part of the session, it will be a good idea to get a pen and paper ready. Also have your buyer's journey tool and your new tool called Consideration Matching the Need available to you. Are you ready? Great, let's go. Now, we have spent plenty of time with our clients whilst they were in the awareness stage. We did everything we could to get their attention and engage them on an emotional level. We really listened to understand how can we help them and discover what is the value that will mean something to them personally. Up until now, we really haven't said much. It's all actually been about our prospect. We have been the listeners, soaking up all that juicy information, which is going to prepare us for the next stage as they move into the consideration stage of the buyer's journey. Now, the questions are, how do I know that they have moved on from the awareness stage? How do I know that they are in the consideration stage? And when is it time that I can start selling? I mean, we have done 5 training sessions focusing on the buyer in the awareness stage, and we have not even started selling yet. Can we just get going now? I know that this is how you will feel as a recruiter who just wants to place the candidate or get that client to sign those terms. But don't worry, all your patience is going to start to pay off today. You will know that your prospect is ready to move on to the consideration stage when they are asking, so can you help me, or what can we do? If you are lucky enough to have them in front of you, they may be leaning forward or start browsing through your proposal or the job spec they might consider applying for. This is when you know it is time to start matching the needs. When it comes to matching your client's needs, there are a few top tips you do need to remember. Number 1, if you can, make it visual. Even if you're aiming to have a conversation over the phone, you could send them an email and ask them to open the attachment to refer to as you speak. If you have a customer in front of you, make sure you sit in a position where you can refer to the same document. So I'm right-handed, so I always sit to the right of my prospect so that the arm that I'm writing with is not separating me from them as I point to the documentation. The age-old technique of highlighting and underlining things really does help. Remove any other visual distractions. 80% of people are visual, so you want to laser all the attention on the benefits you are talking about. Number 2, remember patterns start in the number 3. So what does that mean? You want to build a pattern of the client's favorable responses to the features and benefits you are pointing out. To get a signal of whether this is actually happening, you'll need to actually prompt for a response by asking a question. And this is what is referred to on your buyer's journey tool in front of you as a feedback question. Essentially, it is a closed question where you are prompting your prospect to answer yes or no. For example, that sounds helpful, doesn't it? Or, would that be something that interests you? Or, you agree, am I correct? Number 3, make sure the features and the benefits you are pointing out are directly related to the answers your customer has given you when you were asking the questions. Be careful that you don't contradict your proposal because we failed to listen to their needs. We have all been in the position where a salesperson has pushed their product on us because that is what they've been told to sell. And clearly our input did not mean anything to them. That is extremely off-putting. So your proposal must be built around their needs. Number 4, understand the difference between a feature and a benefit. And if I can add this as a 4.1, do not assume that your client knows the benefit just because the highlighted feature does to you. It really doesn't. It's worth highlighting it, even if it's obvious to you. For example, it wouldn't make sense for Placement Partner to just tell a recruiter that we have a video interview tool. For someone who uses this tool every day, it seems like an almost obvious feature to take advantage of. But for a recruiter who has not used a video interview tool or used a different video interviewing option, it may need further explanation. For example, Placement Partner has a video interviewing tool built into the system, allowing recruiters to save time by selecting the appropriate questions and sending these to your client directly from the system. This is a feature. The quality of the pre-screening phase is greatly increased as you now can see exactly how your candidate will engage with your client and how they will communicate with their possible future work colleagues. And that is the benefit. Also, since the video can be retrieved directly to the system, feature, there's no hassle or fuss with downloading or any annoying file size issues. And that would save a huge amount of time and effort. It's a benefit. Do you see how this sounds different to Placement Partner has a video interviewing tool? The feature is what it is, and the benefit is what it actually means to your prospect. The second part of what I say here is actually really important because you can have the same feature and it could mean something completely different to a different prospect. Number 5, use features, benefits, and feedback questions rhythmically. As humans, our brains respond to rhythms and patterns. So creating this with your prospect will help them absorb and retain what you are saying much more easily. Just like your favorite song where you learn the words subconsciously, it works in the same way. So something like this would be an example where you are trying to get a client on board. Jenny, you mentioned that you would like to reduce the amount of staff turnover you are currently experiencing. I'm a specialist when it comes to recruiting great salespeople. In fact, the salespeople I've recruited for other businesses have, on average, stayed 50% longer than salespeople many of my clients recruited internally. This stat will already give you confidence that we can find you the right people for the job. That will make you happy, wouldn't it? We also have a huge database of quality salespeople. Therefore, we can save you time and money on the hiring process. We could have great salespeople placed in the role in just 2 weeks. That would please your sales managers, wouldn't it? Jenny, another thing worth noting is the time it may take to train some of your salespeople before you see them perform. We can eliminate this time drastically, again ensuring a greater return on investment than you could have ever expected. Would you feel good about that? Do you hear the effect that would have on your client? After some practice, you'll see how easily this can become a habit in your selling style, and it really does work well. Number 6, overcome objections and concerns in your solution. We mentioned this quite a bit in our last video. Once you are hearing your client is agreeing with you or reacting positively to your solution, you may start to get an inkling that your client is ready to make a decision. They may actually be ready to make a decision and finally take action, so you can achieve your objective. Hooray! But wait, not so fast. It's easy to get excited when we hear our prospect is liking what we have to say. And then we want to close. But before we do that, we want to make 100% sure that our client has moved into the decision-making phase of the buyer's journey. How do you recognize that they are ready? Well, we ask them by using trial closing questions. Trial closing questions are used as a temperature test to check how hot is your client, how ready are they to make a decision. They are also closed questions, much like feedback questions. Essentially, if they answer these questions, we know they are most likely to make positive decisions without any objections. My personal favorite trial closing questions to ask are, Jenny, do you have any questions? I like this one because I feel that when I present my solution should answer all of their questions. If they do have questions, I doubt they'll have enough knowledge to feel confident to take the step I need them to. If they say no, I understand everything, I know that things are going positively for us both. Another one I like is, does the solution fit your needs? I'm opening it up for the client to give me objections now, if they've got any. I would much rather overcome an objection when I'm amid discussion of a solution. It's an easier transition adding the solution of their objection or concern to my proposal now, and my prospect will be more open to it too. Another one I find effective is, did I cover everything you expected me to? It gives them another opportunity to ask me anything else they need to. I always ask 3 trial closing questions because I keep in mind that patterns are important to helping the client feel safe in the knowledge that I'm giving them. I'm also working at hardwiring their positive feeling about what it would be like to work with me and take advantage of my solution. If they have answered favorably to all of those questions, it's actually next to impossible that they could object at closing stage. I get a good sense that they are recognizing the value that they were seeking. So what have we covered today? We quickly unpacked the consideration stage of the buyer's journey with some top tips on influencing your client towards the decision-making phase, and heard some really great examples. So now it's your turn. Refer to the matching needs tool and then write down all the possible features, benefits, and a combination of feedback questions you could ask a prospect. Brainstorm your favorite trial closing questions or jot down the examples I gave you. Use this week to practice what you have learned in the last few weeks. Get your client's attention with great insights, ask awesome questions, match needs, and remember, always strive to be an assertive challenger salesperson. So you are all absolute rock stars. It's been so great. Have a great week just chasing dreams. I'll catch you next week where we will unpack how to finally close the deal. Bye.